At this point, police don't think this was a random crime. The shooter is still on the loose.
Slo was real talented, you know what I'm saying? Real good dude.
What's up, man? We in the Southeast, Nightingale.
On the morning of August 5th, 2022, Deshaun Jaquai Victor, known to the world as Young Slo-Be, was awake early. Just hours before his passing, the 29-year-old Stockton rapper had posted to his Instagram story showing support for a local clothing store that stocked his EBK Hot Boys merch. For fans, it was just another day in the life of a rising star. For Slo-Be, it was a sign that everything he'd built in Stockton was finally paying off.
In what would be his last post on his verified Instagram profile, rapper Young Slo-Be is seen visiting a Stockton business where his sweatshirts and t-shirts were sold. The shop's owner says outside that shop Friday morning, people were waiting to purchase Young Slo-Be merch.
After 8:17 a.m. on August 5th, 2022, gunshots rang out at an apartment complex on Trevino Avenue in Manteka.
That's where Young Slo-Be got. Manteka. That's where he got laid out right there.
Multiple rounds were fired. Neighbors later said they woke up to the sound of gunfire, but by the time anyone looked outside, the shooter was already gone. Slo-Be was found in the parking lot, bleeding from multiple gunshot wounds. Police performed CPR on the scene, but it was too late. He was rushed to the hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. Some witnesses claim that Slo-Be had been shot more than 20 times. Although that number has not been confirmed by police, it spread quickly on social media and in the streets. Almost immediately, investigators ruled out the possibility that this was a random act. Everything pointed to a planned hit. The shooting, the early hour, and a deliberate getaway all pointed to one thing. Someone had been watching Slo-Be. Someone had planned this moment, and they made sure he didn't walk away. After Young Slo-Be's passing, his farewell service was kept private, possibly due in part to his wishes stated in one of the songs he was working on before his untimely passing, "Don't Come to My Funeral." Fans began sharing the song across platforms, treating it like a final message. From the moment news of Young Slo-Be's passing broke, the response was immediately heartfelt. Fans and those close to Slo-Be took to social media en masse, praising his music and expressing collective grief.
R.I.P. my nigga, man. Ever since I tapped in with him, like, you feel me, cuz he just been genuine for real. That was my nigga. Like, I call that nigga, like, we'll just talk on some other, not even on no music for real. Like, he'll come pull up on me, you feel me, outline little plays up for him to go get this, or you feel me, all type of little. That was my nigga.
In an official statement, Fizzler on the Roof, the Oakland-based platform that helped distribute Slo-Be's music since 2020, wrote, "We are saddened to confirm that Young Slo-Be was hit this morning in Manteka, California. We've worked with Slo-Be since 2020, and from early on, we knew that his work ethic and the care he put into his artistry would take him very far. He saw the most mainstream success with this song, I Love You, which has gone viral on TikTok, but he also leaves behind a strong catalog with multiple albums and a cult following that has followed him for years. We had high hopes for Young Slo-Be's career and look forward to doing more great work together. This senseless act has taken a man from his family and leaves a huge void in the West Coast music community. We hope to see a day where this kind of thing isn't so common. We'll miss him dearly." Young Slo-Be's cousin told reporters that Slo-Be was really talented, a real good dude who embodied principles like independence and perseverance, pointing to Slo-Be's motto of promote and prosper, a phrase that resonated deeply with this community-centric brand.
Lauren Edwards, who identified himself as a cousin of Young Slo-Be, says the artist will be deeply missed in the community.
Promote and prosper, you know what I'm saying? Being independent, self-sufficient, you know, driven by the struggle.
Locally, Slo-Be's impact was palpable. Local news reported fans saying he rapped about the streets, the struggle, and was admired for being super humble, never acting like he was better than anyone else. For many, Slo-Be represented genuine Stockton pride. His younger brother, You Know Too Greedy, responded through music. He released a track called Reminisce, honoring Slo-Be's memory and reflecting on the loss. On social media, Uno spoke about their bond and how deeply he felt the absence of the person who had guided and protected him through much of his life. Before the TikTok numbers and streaming buzz, before the murals and tributes, Young Slo-Be was Deshaun Jaquai Victor, a kid from Stockton's Nightingale neighborhood who had grown up fast.
Yo, this the famous 7th Street though. This was here before me, nigga, on God.
He was raised by a tight-knit family, his mother, his grandmother, and eventually his father, who had re-entered his life after serving time in prison. His father had been a rapper too, and after his release, he helped raise Deshaun and reintroduced him to music from the inside. That early exposure planted the seed, but music wasn't the first focus. In interviews, SloBe admitted he didn't grow up dreaming of being a rapper. He turned to it out of necessity. Stockton was rough. Opportunities were limited. He wasn't trying to go viral. He was trying to eat. His first tracks were low budget, self-shot, and raw. They caught attention for how direct they were. No filters, no gimmicks, no effort to reach audiences outside his world. That honesty became his signature. Even as his name started to circulate, SloBe stayed grounded. He focused on the EBK Hot Boys, his crew and brand. EBK stood for Everybody Killer, a phrase that reflected Stockton's fractured landscape, where alliances didn't last and loyalty meant everything.
Was young SloBe in EBK?
Yeah, he was affiliated.
His music came with the tension of someone who knew his words could turn into problems, but also understood that silence came with its own risk.
SloBe from my block, bro. That's the older homie, bro. I don't got nothing but love for that nigga. Like I said, you feel me? I mean, we wasn't with it, but that was still my nigga. He know what it was. He was doing his thing. I was doing my thing. Feel me? It was just going on in our camp that we had to figure out. But it was figured out. But unfortunately, my brother, you feel me? He passed away. Feel me? I was down though when all that was happening though, bro. So niggas never got the chance to come back and double back and big it. But that nigga know what's up. We're real G members, so.
His breakout moment came with the song, I Love You, which flipped a Mariah Carey sample into a cold, mocking anthem that went viral on TikTok. The beat felt light, but the lyrics hit with venom. The contrast turned heads, and suddenly, millions were watching a kid from Stockton who hadn't changed a thing to get noticed. Even with the attention, he kept his circle small and his production local. His videos showed the same streets, same faces, same energy.
Nigga, that's just the formula, man. Keep working, bro. That's just, you feel me? What I've been on. I don't know how to explain this so shit, nigga, just keep dropping.
Do you feel like music has been easier for you?
Hell yeah, cause once at first it was uncomfortable and shit, cause you feel me. I ain't no nigga that, you know, like to be in the studio, be around niggas and shit, you feel me. After a while, you start getting used to the shit, you get comfortable, then that's when you start opening up, you know, you get to opening up your brain again, you feel me.
Yeah.
SloBe's music reflected the trauma and pride of his city. He spoke on betrayal, paranoia, and survival without pretending to be invincible. Songs like Unforgivable, Double Dribble, and Ain't None New didn't chase trends. They doubled down on his identity. Casual flow, sharp delivery, and lyrics that cut through the noise. Fans respected him because he didn't try to be universal. He stayed Stockton through and through. He never had a manager. He didn't sign to a major label. But by the time he passed away, SloBe had amassed millions of streams, a viral moment, and a deep, loyal fan base. After linking up with Sacramento's rapper, Briz, young SloBe became indirectly tied into a long-standing feud involving Mazys crew, largely orchestrated against Briz and his allies like CML Lavish D.
What set this shit off, it was already up. You dig what I'm saying? It was already up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's already up. It's like, we never been cool. We never been cool with them niggas. They never been cool with us, you know what I mean? Like, them niggas was like always like dirty niggas, you know what I'm saying? We call it the stars because we all shining. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we all been shining. Like, since young niggas, like, we was called the stars because we was always shining. Them niggas was more so, like I said, like, on some hater shit, I feel like. You dig what I'm saying? I just feel like them niggas was always haters, though. You dig what I'm saying? And like, nigga, we outside.
Mazzy and Lavish D had a volatile rivalry through the mid-2010s, marked by diss tracks like I'm Just Being Honest, a retaliation video titled The Truth, and several retaliatory shootings.
You know, they did their little diss songs or whatever. So, like, I'm like, I'm tired of rapping, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we gonna put one of these niggas on camera doing them bad, wherever we catch them at, you know what I'm saying? Shoot him, beat him up, whatever the happens is gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas dissing the homies, nigga, you feel me, and all of this.
Briz was hit on June 21st, 2020. Police found him suffering from a gunshot wound after his car crashed during a chase on Franklin Boulevard near Fruit Ridge Road. He was pronounced deceased at the scene by the Sacramento County Coroner's Office. While SloBe wasn't swapping diss tracks with Mazzy, his alignment through Briz painted a target on him. Briz's passing brought a harsh reminder: alliances, even indirect ones, have cost. The loss marked a turning point for SloBe. He had seen another close collaborator and kindred spirit had taken. He would later warn in interviews that rappers need to leave their city once they began gaining traction, a suggestion that tragically ended up reflecting his own fate, even though he said he was working on moving out of the area shortly before his passing.
At this point now, do you feel like you should move out your city, or like, how do you feel right now? I know I asked you this in our last interview, I believe, but like, how do you feel about that right now?
Yeah, it's in the works, and yeah, we out of there on my mama. But yeah, niggas, Stockton, I'm from there, you feel me? Yeah. I'm never, nigga, that's a part of me. I can never leave Stockton. Nigga, that's a part of me. But yeah, nigga, we doing big things now, man.
Yeah.
Voices online claim that Mazys' younger brother was once forced to state "Mazzy Killer" on camera, after which he was hospitalized. An intense video from Mazys' younger brother later surfaced, allegedly suggesting his involvement in Slo-Be's hit, though no public record confirms this, and Mazzy himself has not commented.
You wasn't 21 shots when you didn't have your blood. You wasn't 21 shots when we was through your blood.
The timing of these escalations and Slo-Be's passing added fuel to speculation. Attention around the case intensified when Manteka police released photos of a black Mercedes Benz with out-of-county plates, discovered abandoned in a neighborhood nearby. Investigators believe the vehicle was used to transport suspects from another location to the scene in Manteka, widely interpreted as a sign of an orchestrated out-of-town operation. That detail reinforced rumors linking the hit to broader Sacramento-based tension. Even if no formal charges were made, another theory around young Slo-Be's hit centered on a long simmering tension between his crew, the EBK Fly Boys, and a rival group known on the street as the Fly Boys. The rivalry wasn't new. These crews had clashed before, both in music and on social media, and their fiction was part of the city's larger patchwork of street politics. What made this theory compelling for some wasn't just the beef, it was what happened after SloBe passed away. On August 5, 2022, SloBe was shot and hit in Manteka. 9 days later, on August 14th, a man named Scott Demar, who many believe was affiliated with the Fly Boys, was shot and hit outside Southside Market in Stockton. Soon after, EBK affiliate Trey B went on social media and mocked the Fly Boys about the passing. The timing led many to believe that Demar's passing was tied to young SloBe's hit, whether as retaliation or as part of a broader circle of retaliations between the two sides. While most theories around young SloBe's hit focused on rap politics or gang retaliation, one of the darker and more personal possibilities came from inside his own circle. Not long after his passing, whispers began circulating that the shooting had nothing to do with music, alliances, or Stockton beefs. Instead, some said it came down to jealousy over a woman.
He got killed by his own homies.
According to this theory, SloBe had been involved with a woman who was also romantically tied to another man. The other man allegedly found out about the relationship and snapped. Some even claimed SloBe was set up and lured to the Manteka apartment complex where he was ambushed and gunned down. Despite multiple follow-ups from the press and mounting pressure online, no arrests were made. As months passed, with no suspects named, Manteka police acknowledged that they were continuing to follow leads but had not yet made a breakthrough. By the 2-year anniversary of SloBe's passing in August 2024, the investigation was still open. A Manteka PD spokesperson told reporters, "We are actively working the case. We understand the pain the family is going through, and we are doing everything we can to bring them answers." But no charges have been filed and no suspects named. After his passing, the first posthumous album in the series, SloBe Bryant 4, arrived on October 25, 2024. The album opens with a message from his mother and closes with a brief outro featuring his children. He was humble and loved his children. In further remembrance, a hand-painted mural appeared on Melrose Avenue in LA earlier this year. To this day, young SloBe is remembered and celebrated. Rest in peace, young SloBe.